Nico and I are going to provide some context as to why these managers are on the hot seat, and also maybe some talking points as to why they shouldn't be on the hot seat.
Feel free to try to convince us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. All right, so the first manager that we're putting up is Imanol Alguacil of Real Sociedad. And he is going up against Julian Lopetegui of West Ham. Okay. So, just for a little context, Real Sociedad had 2 losses in all comps at this point last season. They have 6 already this season. They're currently sitting in 12th place. They're winless in 3 straight games at home. So, a real drop-off.
Yeah.
From last season.
And not only that, they're not scoring.
Yep.
And Julian Lopetegui on the other side, he got hired this summer. They're 13th in the Premier League after an incredible window of spending.
Now, I would have sided with you as Lopetegui prior to this 4-game run where West Ham have won 2, drawn 1, and lost 1. Of course, the 1 loss was massive against Liverpool or Tottenham. However, they are trending back upwards, and I've seen something from this West Ham side that makes me think, okay, maybe Lopetegui is just taking time to really get this group to believe and play a certain style. This, on the other hand, Alguacil isn't getting this team to score goals. And I know they've lost Mourinho, and Mourinho is a big part of that team. But for me, the expectations are at a minimum, you're in the top 6, which is where he's been able to finish 4, 6. And for me, at 13th, his seat is blistering hot between these 2.
Okay. I don't disagree with what you're saying about Alguacil, but is Lopetegui an improvement over David Moyes?
I mean, that's yet to be determined.
I'd almost say he's a bit of a downgrade. And maybe there's time. Yeah. I'm not saying he's sacked tomorrow. I think the seat is hot, though. You can't. And they spent how much money on Füllkrug, and he hasn't scored yet?
It's hot.
Yeah, they've spent $163.2 million this summer.
Wan-Bissaka, Füllkrug,
Somerville, Kilman, Guilherme.
But he didn't score when he was in?
I know, but he's been hurt.
That's not necessarily Lopetegui's fault. Can I make an argument for Alguacil and his seat to be not that hot?
Do it, Nico.
He has a longer track record at the club of success. And I think Real Sociedad is more willing to back him than Julian Lopetegui stumble, and they'll be more rash to make a decision.
Could I also interject? Counter-argument. So because it's his first season and his contract's longer, which means
they're going to have to keep on paying him.
They're going to have to keep paying him. They're going to let him see what he can do, what he's capable of. This is somebody who's been around a long time. When someone's been there for a long time and the results don't start, it's easier to part with someone who's been there for a long time.
So whose seat is hotter?
I still think Lopetegui's hotter.
We got to settle on one.
I would think it's still.
What do you guys? You guys
pick one. I think I think it's Lopetegui. I think it's Lopetegui.
I think Lopetegui's seat is hotter.
So I'm a team guy.
Lopetegui. All right. So Lopetegui is staying up. All right. The next manager feeling the heat. Philippe Clement of Rangers.
Oh, I thought that was Zidane.
I thought that was who's the wrestler who does the beer?
Yep, Stem Goldberg.
So they're sitting third in the Scottish Premiership right now. They lost 2 of their last 3 matches. Rangers haven't finished outside the top 2 since the 2017-2018 season, and only 1 win on the road in league play.
But if you do remember, they were a mess, complete mess when he took over, and he shot them up the table and he shot them into Europe, and he's done such an incredible job, Philippe Clement.
I think it's Philippe Clement, because if you're Rangers, you need to get back to the top, if not competing for the top of the league. I agree.
Yeah.
So there's way more pressure.
And there's another team in the mix. Aberdeen.
Aberdeen now is killing it.
You're not only going up against Celtic anymore.
And I was at their match. I was at the match against Lyon, and those fans, obviously when Rangers scored, it was big. After that, they wanted this guy out.
Okay.
You could feel it.
So we're picking Clement.
Yes.
His seat's hotter. All right, next up, we have Oliver Glasner. Crystal Palace.
1 win on the season. Let's remember that he got hired to come in for Roy Hodgson, and he did a really good job. Crystal Palace ended the season last season 6 games unbeaten. But now they're struggling big time.
But two straight
lost.
wins, Tottenham and at Aston Villa.
And also, they got rid of their best player in Olise. So I think it's understood that he doesn't have as much to work with. They haven't made a big commitment back to giving him the pieces that he needs. I'm going to suggest the Rangers situation is a little bit hotter.
Agreed.
Woo!
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Okay.
All right, next one.
This is tough.
What do we got?
Ivan Juric
Ooh.
of Roma.
He don't look comfortable.
Now, he won yesterday.
So
Ivan
that was
Juric.
a big result for them yesterday.
But what else is he?
However,
Yeah.
they have the fewest wins through their first 10 Serie A matches since the 09-10 season.
Oh.
I know. They won yesterday, though. If they lost yesterday, he might have been sacked.
He wouldn't even be on the list.
But we know how hot his seat is.
Yeah, but I think his seat is more imminently hot.
Yeah.
Ready through match day 5 at Union Saint-Gilloise of Europa League, then Bologna at Napoli at Spurs, and then hosting Atalanta December 2nd.
Okay.
I think Juric.
Juric.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
It's
next,
Roma.
next one. Ooh, this is going to be tough. This is Nuri Şahin of Borussia Dortmund.
Go, dale, Alexis. Vete para allá. Vete
Is
para
it
allá.
though? Is it as hot as Juric?
They've lost 3 straight matches for the first time since 2017.
None at
They
home,
only
though.
have 1 win in their last 5.
Yep.
They just got knocked out of the Pokal by Wolfsburg.
Alexis, what did they lose to Leipzig this weekend? Dale. I know
Yeah,
you
but
know that
Juric
this
literally
guy's...
was saved by the last match.
And you don't think this guy's going to be saved by his
he
last
hasn't
match?
lost at home yet.
But no one managing at Dortmund loses at home.
I know, but still.
Like, that's bare minimum to
This
win
is
at home
bad,
with your
bad.
Dortmund
This situation
manager.
is bad. That's bad.
He has 4
This is why you
wins,
tune
3
in,
losses,
folks.
but we're talking about someone in the last 5 matches has only won once. That's not good enough. For me, this is the guy that's got to go. He's got to go.
All right. You came on my side.
I think I agree with this one.
I'll buy in. I still think his seat's extremely hot, but this feels like a failed.
This is boiling.
failed. This is a failed project.
All right.
This isn't a team that
Nico, tell him who our
experiments
last
for
one is, because this is going to be good.
Our last one is Paulo Fonseca of AC Milan. He replaced Pioli this summer.
I still think it's him, though.
Yes, okay.
I don't know. Can I make a case?
Absolutely.
For AC Milan? These fans have been begging for the team to get better. You've got Zlatan Ibrahimovic looking with the scowl on his face, not looking happy. This has been a bad situation outside of Christian Pulisic. He's lost part of the locker room already. You've got players on the other side of the pitch while he's doing, there's a water break or an injury break. It feels like there's a massive situation where Nuri Sahin hasn't figured it out. He feels like a lame duck manager. For me, Paulo Fonseca is out.
Okay, I heard you.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done much.
No.
But he has beaten Inter. And that's going to
How long is that gonna carry
That's
you
going to
for?
buy him more time than what I think he's been able to do.
That win against Inter was plaster over the cracks.
100%, but strong plaster.
water-
No, I don't know how strong that is.
It's the best plaster you could buy.
Nuri Şahin is obviously unproven. He's never had a job before. This is too big. We're talking about last season's Champions League finalists. He is not ready to coach at this level.
Okay, bueno, ciao. Then
I still think
bye.
I still think Dortmund will give him more time because it was their decision to put him in. Fonseca,
I don't think so.
I feel has lost everyone already.
Woo! This is tough.
I
Fonseca.
I can't live with myself moving over there because he's bought some time. We're talking about an unproven guy.
How many weeks ago was
at the
that Dortmund
highest
win?
level?
I think
Derby de Italia was.
They're gonna have to pull the
Derby della
plug.
Madonnina was when?
I think I'm
September
gonna go with
22nd.
Fonseca.
Dude, it's over.
I'm going with Fonseca in this one.
Yeah, September 22nd was that Derby della Madonnina win.
And I just feel
All
like
right,
Serie A
too
is a
much
little
time has
bit more
passed.
volatile with their
if
managerial
if they
decisions.
lose to Leipzig,
To Alexis's
which
point,
is more really likely.
they kind of forced Terzic out. This was their guy that they had lined up. I
Yeah,
think
they
it's a
got
bad
him.
look. They're going to
So,
give him a little bit more time.
Hold up.
They're,
I'm gonna side.
They're both smoldering right now.
They're both extremely high.
Yes.
We're literally
If
talking
Dortmund
couple degrees.
loses, and where's that game? That game must be at home, right? It's Dortmund at home
It's
against
Dortmund at
Leipzig.
home.
If Dortmund,
That's what I'm saying.
Dortmund loses to Leipzig,
And I think they will lose.
but we're not there yet.
Okay.
If Dortmund loses to Leipzig, I will stand on the left side of the wall.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
for right now, it's Fonseca. It's got to be.
I'm with Alexis on this one, I think.
Charlie, it's your choice.
We gotta-
because
we gotta-
because
Give me drum roll,
give me
because
drum
I
roll.
because I
Drum
agree
roll.
with you.
Drum roll.
hold on.
Drum roll. Come on!